Just before COVID-19 was a thing, this was the thing, the big thing. Meanwhile, the politicians were there busily arguing. Take a look at this and hiss. Voter perils are lurking lazily under polling fingers. So, here's to you, ho. What am I missing? A poem of the times by Lloyd, the poet. Hey, why are you all looking at me like that? Am I missing something here? Am I missing something? Anyway, the convergence of the mighty minds and the elitist of the elites of mankind are arguing it out. This side is making a mocking fool out of that side's clout. One is at a loss as to why the other's boss has gotten it all so very wrong in class. Arguing yet the more about the letter and the law, and as to the spirit of the long-time draft which they drew on the draw. As you already know, the law is the law, and no one is above the law, not even him nor her. But you also know that I'm really rich and can afford to buy her some whipping switch. So said the one there at the top of the glitch. We'll see. Yet they argue on about this and that, and about what the framers of those very laws, Samer, must have thought and would have written down and etched in class from thousands upon hundreds of years ago. They are long dead though. But what was to have been their thinking when said laws were being framed and fenced in? Asked some of them over on this siding. All the while, those of the high profile were defending on the one side or amending on the other, in order to be sending some other someones somewhere through the turnstiles and the border. Especially those someones who are known to have lied, stolen, cheated, yes, among the many other awful vices that are known that she did. Or was it he? Maybe. Increasing the foul play all along the way, from the very first day of the stepping in of their first right feet, so it would have seemed, or the wrong one to eat, seasoned with beans. Or was it dead instead? Could have been that, you know. Could have been that instead. Yes, Ned. Lying yet again there on the bed, and who were known to have bragged around us somewhere in town, talking about such deeds long done, or those that could yet be done in times to come, without anyone even so much as stopping his gun. So spoke he openly in the street, never even so much as to think a stink thought to tone it down in parts, even when the thermostat was to have gotten turned up really hot to get heated yet the more at that spot, yes, at the headship of his head up top. The council of councillors were known to have begged and said it to her clients' hearing aids afour times, so they would have, as said, begged, begging yet again for him to refrain from the speaking game. Would have said it to them just before praying the two of them off to bed. You are unwell, they said, and you can't help yourself, so go on up to sleep on the topmost bunk bed, and don't forget to cover your feet. This they pleaded and begged, but eloquent was that one, he who stood up on a stand in front of a frenzied admiring clan, the cheering on of the fans there prodding him on, and lied along straight ties, I meant to say face. Lied straight-faced to no one's distaste. Oh, what a disgrace. But just in case they should stick a microphone the camera up in your face tomorrow, say nothing more than this to her. We did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong. Yet they argued on. They, them and their highly placed able-bodied men. We did the very same thing that you and yours did and would have wronged them too. So they say, nothing more, nothing less, nothing wrong with that, I guess. Nor with you, okay? So, how come? Why has no one been called in for any form of a reprimand? No accountability was to be found coming at hand, Dan. Not even so much as you are now calling for from these our very highly placed men of war. Therefore, this is a hoax, this is a farce, fake news, and the rest of the arts. But as for us, we have instructed everyone under our immediate command not to be found cooperating with anyone. No, not you, not them, nor with the sleuth of their demands, content. But if the cooperators should go on and cooperate, then we are going to have to open up the floodgate and call them out straight. Those from over there on your side of the plate. Those who, just like us, did nothing wrong. And the boss, they too did nothing wrong. Like that which they would have done when they did in like manner as our very own had done. No, they did nothing wrong when they did those things. Nothing that they would have even want to hide from anyone. So it would have seemed. Same as how we didn't do it over on this our side of the pew stand near the podium beam. But come they must, just like us, come to testify about all of the right things which they, just like us, did do. Or even the wrong ones which both of us on either side did not do on the bus. Both them and us. True? True. This one over here, though, has got overwhelming evidence to show. He was to swear so and then go. Yes, gone off to the picture show. And he was going to use it all to prove that what he had said that one had abused and did is true. She is culpable, he said, like you, and you are to have her removed. Or was it he? Him? Same thing. Although, I would really appreciate it if you were to show me some more of those facts and things. Those fat facts that you have got lots of over there under locks and hiding. But that one will not, because these facts are all that we have got here, and it's all that we have got left to put ourselves in the clear. These facts are here to prove that we are aware of your hiccups and the pack, and of course, we did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong. We are not like some of you and your someone friends who, on the other hand, can't seem to get anything right. Not even the other side of your left-handed bills which you write, nor the articles that you had wronged when you had ventured out to write out our wrongs. So went on the educated ones. Well, nothing wrong with that part, yeah, man. Nothing at all. Nothing but for the buttoning up of the bottom lines of the bottomless pit, which is just about to fall into quick, headlong to the fall in it. So said the topmost third of the 3 tiers of the wisest of the wise men here. The same also came from amongst the elites over there. None was able, though, to bridge the gap and to shorten the divide that exists and persists between the too many sides. But this one over here has got the perfect solutions clear. And the answer is all up in his sweaty hands beer, which was to come down to just one, as I was to hear, which turned out, as it must, to be just this one on the bus. Let's leave it up to the voters, so he says to the camera as it was turning up in his gaze about hers, and hence was to get him in and on the post to be there and posing. Oh, there in the media page sphere, in a couple of days enclosed in, just over there. Yes, let's leave it up to them, the voters, to decide therein. So he said and lied again in my hearing, and I was like, what did I just miss? What did I miss? What do we make of that and this? What did I miss? Again I had was to ask and hissed. In a situation such as this, I could not help but hissed at the abyss and wondered out loud from the backside of my speech. What did I miss? What did I miss? We have got to trust the voters, they say. We have got to trust them enough to make the right decision on this one-sided, busted left-handed play, right? Right. And why is that? Someone was to have asked and mocked, mocking the answer that was quick in coming back from the elitist of the educated pack. It's because came the answer fast. It's because, just like the paying customer in business class does and do, the voting voter in politics too is always right. Isn't that right? Right. Well, of course, he's right too. He has surely got the right and the left foot of the shoe. And the power too, yes. He has got the power too. It's all there in his right hand, wearing the wrong shoe. By the shower, that's so. And in the one left up there, best of new, on the hour. The power to make the right call and the proper decision test after all. Yeah, of all the others with or without a vested interest in it, it is he, the voter, we. It is us who have got the correct answer as we must. The power to get them and the rest of us all out of the hellhole of a thinly divided, one-sided, messy mess brawl, which those others over there with purely non-politically motivated interest clearly did have, and the best of all, from the onset, even before that call, fear. But no, it wasn't so. It wasn't them. It wasn't them and their companion who had gotten us all to digress and to divert from serving the people's best interest then. No, which was the only reason why the voters had gotten interested in this messy business in the first term. That place there, yes. But anyhow, let's move along now to the best place of the first test, because the people, as said before, are the ones who know what's best for sure. So let's put them to the test, said the one decked out in vest once more. The test which we had gotten ourselves together from the past and was to institute on the voters list fast whatever they say is the correct answer right away. That decision shall be binding for the next 4 to 5 years and winding up to stay and pointing towards the next generation's fears too. So they say. And if we should somehow manage to last that long under these said conditions, while the other them, while they get richer and fatter and mightier is proper, and gets to secure for themselves an elevated place for their future, and in history and hers cuter, while we, the people, like he who is feeble, we get poorer and weaker, and fewer is meeker, and waste away even the more, and get so blinded by the glistening lights shining out of the stencils, trashy wrapping papers bright and binding, so much so that they, we, us, and not them but us, those of us who can't ever seem to be able to see anything but our guts and a few other buttons and bolts, maybe there will remain a bit of earring left in the hearing aids for these sorts of us souls to hear the pile of dressed up nonsense that they tells them there when comes the next election year. So much so that we may go out again and vote for them. Not me, nor us, but for them. And much more of the same. The most outrageous pile of ducklings lame, but who is to be blamed? Really? Surely not me, nor us, but them, nearly. Those who will be able to do the most nothing for most of them. Nothing other than to do them, like to do them in again. You probably get the leader that you deserve with her. Well, so they say, as it occurs, would have happened when you went out and to play, and would have swallowed the broth that they had served up and tossed. Now, these are they, those, the boss's boss and Rose, those you get with the polling fingers from polls. Yes, there they are, from the highly sophisticated down to the lowest bum, dressing up the business class in the house of the gated, near the bar and the skid and the showroom windows and the wasted, among other things that are known that they did. You do know what I mean, don't you? But we are not talking about those at the center of the schemes of things. We are talking about those two extremes, where voters in elections lies somewhere in between. Yeah, there. In them is where all of our solutions lies, naked and bare. But what the heck do I care? So said that man over there. Beware, voters. You sure had better beware. I thank you. That's it, my friends. A poem by Lloyd Kelly, February 2020. Just another poem of the times. I thank you.